dry. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I watch you as you sleep. You don't know I'm looking. With you everything's complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you up. When I dance around, I can't.
그래서 그 넥서스 그게 협약이구나. 나부타구나 이게.
않아?
초코칩이 되게 유명해. 초콜릿칩 뭐냐? 캐나다랑 너무 비교해. 칙촉을 한 5개를 한꺼번에 먹어.
칙촉 5개.
꼭 먹어야 돼. 얼굴이
들어봐.
Never change. I tried so hard, but so much pain. I just wanna be loved for who I am. Like everyone else, I was wondering since you made me.
Now circles, go circles to the right, keeping the shoulders down. Yes, heel.
좋다 이거.
Chestnut Hill Avenue at Veronica.
이거 뭐 하는데? 근데 이것보다 예쁜 포토 하도 많이 봐가지고. 근데 예쁜데도 많지. 하버드 물 2,000원에 팔게. 어때? 이거 먹으면 하버드 갈 수 있어. 내가 물 책상으로 보여줄게. 여기 그 곰돌이
곰돌이. 귀엽다.
Oh yeah, the white one, yeah.
To do an internship over the summer with Airbus. Airbus, yeah.
뭔가 내가 원하는 그런
건강한
이상적인
음식.
식당.
맛있어?
어. MIT 반했어.